you guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so excited. Today I'm going to be finally filming a fall TBR. I am so excited for fall this year, you guys. I don't know what it is. I am just in such a fall mood. I feel like I normally never enjoy fall as much as I am right now, and it's not even really fall, like peak fall yet, but I'm going to be showing you guys my fall TBR. I have both physical books and then books that are on Kindle Unlimited that I'm wanting to read. And this is a very ambitious TBR. I'm definitely not going to get through all these books, but these are just kind of some that are going to be on my radar for the next month or two. So I'm going to start with the books that are on my physical TBR. So the first little stack is actually going to be a reread, and I'm not totally sure if I'm going to get to these ones, but I would love to start a reread of Harry Potter. I read these books when I was probably like through middle and high school. But I would love to reread them as an adult and just see how much more I appreciate them. So of course we would start with the Sorcerer's Stone. I feel like I can definitely get through this one very quickly. It's very short. And I think it would be really fun to read the first 3 in like the fall and then the next like 4 in the winter time, because I don't know, these are definitely like fall/winter books, I feel like. And of course I would also like watch the movies alongside them, and I really want to get my boyfriend to read these with me because I think that would be so fun. The next book I want to read is The Ministry of Time. This is one book that I actually don't know a whole ton about, but I have seen Haley Pham read this, and then I literally just saw Rachel Catherine read this book yesterday, and they both really liked it, and I trust both of their opinions a lot. So this is one that I definitely have on my radar. I believe it's like a time travel, like this guy from like the 1940s or something comes to the future. I don't know, you guys. But I do want to get to this one because I've just heard that it's really good. The next series that I want to read is the Cruel Prince trilogy, or the Folk of the Air trilogy, whatever you want to call it. I did buy all 3 of these books before even reading the first one, but I've heard that they're very bingeable, and I think this is YA. I might be wrong, but I think it's YA. And I just feel like I'll go through them very quickly, and having all 3, I definitely hope that I can read all 3 of them. And I've heard a lot of people say that they were able to read these like back to back, so hopefully that happens for me. It's a series that I feel like blew up in like 2020 to like 2022. And I just haven't read it, and I don't really know that much about it. It never really piqued my interest until recently. I know that it's a fantasy. I think it's YA. That's kind of it. This next book I feel like isn't necessarily a fall book, but I really want to read it because the movie is going to be coming out, I think, pretty soon. But it's Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I still have not read this one, you guys. Still haven't read it. I need to. I'm really excited. I've heard this one's really good. And obviously I love the Hunger Games. I would love to do a Hunger Games reread soon, but I don't know when that would be. But I really need to read this one. It's just been sitting on my shelf. If you don't know, this is Haymitch's Games, and I need to read it. I think the Hunger Games kind of gives fall anyway, so I feel like this would be a good time to read this one, but I'm very excited about this one. Next up, we have Misery by Stephen King. This will be my first Stephen King novel. I have not read any Stephen King. I'm hoping it's not too scary because I don't want to be too spooked out, but I know this one follows an author, and he gets kidnapped by one of his like biggest fans, which sounds so fun and intriguing, and I feel like this is a really good start to Stephen King because I feel like I won't be too scared, hopefully. I think it's time I read it, definitely near like Halloween time, where it's like a more spooky season. This book I have actually started years ago, and then I DNF'd it, but I want to give it another try now that I'm a little bit older, and it's Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Now, I've heard mixed things about this book, and the reason that I want to read it is because I really want to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, which has had like so much hype, but I really want to read this one first because I just feel like my experience will be better if I read this one first before starting the other series. I don't know how many books are in this one, but I know that this is like a fantasy, like very magical fantasy world, and that just sounds so fun. So I really want to get into these books as well, and just the whole Stephanie Garber kind of universe, I guess. This next book I actually have also already read. I've already read this whole book, but I read it so long ago, I don't even remember what happened, and it's the first book of a series, so I'm gonna have to read that one to be able to read the rest of the series. But we have City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series. And like I said, I've already read this one. Guys, I just bought this cute bookmark. Isn't that so fun? Anyway, yeah, so I really want to reread this one. And then I also have the second book, but I have the different cover of it, so it doesn't look that cute together. But I really want to read this one because I really also have heard that the Infernal Devices trilogy is so good. And I just want to know more about this world. I feel like I'm kind of so late to this bandwagon, but it's okay. I just want to read these ones. I think it'll be really fun. I think I'll be able to get through these pretty quickly as well because the font is pretty big on these ones, and I feel like it's just that writing style that is very easy to get through. So this is definitely on my soon to be read. Like, I want to get to this one really soon. Next up, I have The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. The Silent Patient I read my senior year of high school, so I read that book like 3 years ago now, and it was one of my favorite books when I read it. I loved it so much. I've had this one on my shelf for a really long time, and I just have never picked it up because honestly, it hasn't intrigued me. I don't really know what it's about, and I don't know. It just hasn't really been on my radar. I've always had something else that I want to read more, but I do really want to read this one because I love The Silent Patient so much. I don't know why I wouldn't want to read this one more. Seems like it is like a murder thriller, and this girl wants to prove that somebody did it. Like, she has a suspect and she's like, I need to prove that this is who's doing it and I need to stop the murders, which is interesting because that's like, it is like similar to The Silent Patient but also different. So I don't know, maybe I'll read this one soon. I don't know. Okay, this one is definitely one that I'm wanting to read. I just feel like so many people love this book and I need to read it. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I've been intimidated by this book because, I don't know, I think it's very character driven. I could be very wrong, but also I think it's going to be very emotional, which scares me. Yeah, I need to read this one. This is definitely high up on my TBR because I've just heard it's very beautifully written and like so many people love this book, so I definitely want to read this one. I also have Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I've heard this one's just fun. It's like magical. There's magical typewriters. There's a romance involved, and I'm pretty sure this is only a duology. I feel like when fantasy reads are only like duologies or trilogies, or they're just shorter books, I want to read them more because books like Throne of Glass or like ACOTAR, any of those, Fourth Wing, where they're like very big books and there's multiple of them or a lot of them, I just get really intimidated and then it makes me not want to read them as much. But this one I think is a duology, so I think this will be very digestible and easy for me to read. So I have this one on my TBR too. I actually do have a romance in this pile, but I have the Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston or Poston. I never know which one. But I read The 7-Year Slip by her. 5 stars. I love that book. So many people love that book. This one I think has ghosts and it's a romance, but I think this will be a really good palette cleanser because I have so many fantasies and just like thrillers, so I think this one will be really fun to break it up, and I definitely do think I'm going to try to get to this one this fall. This is high priority for me. Last book that I have on my physical TBR is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This is a YA thriller, and I think there was like a murder, or there was a death, and they have to figure out kind of who did it. And this one I think will just be a really quick read and a really fun read. I think YA thrillers, I haven't really dove too much into YA thrillers, but I feel like it's going to be a really fun genre just because it's like fun, but it's also like suspenseful. I actually got this on a blind date with a book, which I feel like this is such a good book to get in one of those. So now we're going to move on to the books that are on Kindle Unlimited that I'm wanting to get to this fall. First of all, we have Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I have never read Twilight. I have seen the movies when I was way younger, but I don't remember some of like the big plot points, and I really, similar to Harry Potter, want to do like maybe a little vlog series where I read the book and then watch the movie. I just think that'll be so fun, and I know Twilight is so iconic, I feel like I can't go without reading it for my entire life, so I think now is the time. You have to read these books in fall, I feel like, so I definitely want to get to them. Next book I have is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Book is giving so fall vibes. I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna love it. but I think it'll just be a good quick palate cleanser type of read. If I don't like it, then I probably won't continue with the rest of the series, but I feel like this is one of those books you literally have to read in fall. I mean, look at the cover, and it's literally based around fall, so I feel like I have to read it in fall. How many times am I gonna say fall? I feel like it'll really put me in a good mood for just the season. I had to pull out my Kindle because I honestly forgot what else I want to read. Oh yeah, I also really want to continue the Housemaid series. I don't know what that series is technically called, but the second one, I think it's The Housemaid's Secret. I read the first one in like May, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I definitely want to continue that series. I read that book so quick, so I definitely think this is a series that I want to continue. I really enjoyed that book. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars, so I am really wanting to continue that series. So on my radar, I have Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. I've never heard of this author before. I saw Annika is her name. She's like a booktube / she makes more like lifestyle stuff, but also book videos. She read this and she really liked it. And it just sounded very interesting. A podcast type of thing. I don't know. It's a thriller. It sounds very good. So I want to read that one as well. I'm sorry. I feel like I don't know what half of these books are about. It's fine. I have on my Kindle The Lost Bookshop. It literally just looks so cozy. I saw like one person recommend this, I think, and it just looks cozy. I'm just in the mood for like a cozy read, so that one looks really fun as well. That's my fall TBR. There's a lot of books on here. I'm not going to get to all of them like I said, but I'm just so excited for fall, you guys. If you guys have any fall recommendations, let me know in the comments, or if you have any ideas of what I should do in my getting ready for fall / just general fall vlogs, let me know. I'm definitely going to try to just do some really fun activities this fall and just embrace the season. So I'm very excited. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.